In this recording, I'm going to go over what you will find in styles. So basically, a style is predefined formatting. So, for example, if we look at the normal style here and I go in, right-click on it and modify, you'll see that it's using a font of Times New Roman, size 10, it's automatic, and that's for this document. Your normal style on your computer was probably using Calibri 11 and automatic. Also, if I go into format paragraph, you can see a little bit more. You'll see my line spacing is set 0 and 0 before and after. Line spacing single. It's left aligned. But it's also saying do not adjust the space for different font options, and show the style in the styles gallery. So that means it's going to show up here in the drop down listing. When you click add style to the styles gallery, it should show in the drop down listing. It doesn't always if there's not enough room. Also, only in this document means that is the format of the style in this document only. If you click new documents based on this template, then every time you start a brand new document, that style will be available if it's using the normal template. If you're using a different type of template, it will only be available for that template. So for example, if you had used the fax template that you find under File, New, and choose Fax, then it would be applied only to those templates. So just be aware of that. So in this instance, what I've asked you to do is format heading style 1, 2, 3, 4 and the body text style. So I'm going to do that right now. So I'm using the first document from your Styles and Table of Content Index assignment. So I'm going to go over here and find heading 1. Now you'll notice it may not be in this listing. To get it to appear in this listing, I will need to click the dialog box launcher, and it's off my screen. I can just drag it over, and from there you'll see the styles listed. Now to make sure you have all the styles appearing, if you click options, make sure it says all styles, and alphabetical will help you find your style. Then click OK, and there you go. You can now see all the styles, and these are all styles that have been built into Microsoft Word. So what we will mostly be dealing with is headings 1 through 4 and body text. Now be careful because there's different body text options there. You want the one that just says body text. So we're going to choose heading 1. And I'm not clicking on it because if I click on it, I'm applying it to wherever my cursor is currently blinking, which is over here in corporate publishing. I do not want that to happen. I'm going to click the drop down arrow, choose modify, and I'm going to modify this style. So right now it's saying it's using Calibri size 16. I want it to be Times New Roman, so I'm going to make it Times New Roman. And it's bold, so that's good. I want it bold. Font size 30. Now if the size is not in the listing, which 30 isn't, you can type it. So I will type in 30 and then just click back to my font again. And I didn't ask to have any other changes made to that. That's all I wanted was Times New Roman, bold, size 30. No other changes. So I'm just going to make sure it's added to the styles gallery and only in this document. Do not click the automatically update. What that will do is if you change the font from Times New Roman to Arial when you're back within your document, wherever it's used that style, it will automatically update that style all the way through the document. You will not want that to happen. Very, very seldom. So most often there is not a check mark in here. If I wanted this style to be this way for every document from now on, then I would do that. I would tell it to give me the new documents based on this template. But in this case, I only want this in this document, so these two check marks are off. I'm going to click OK. So right now you will see heading 1 come up on my styles gallery. It's not being applied anywhere, so I've not done anything but modify it. Now I'm going to go do the same thing with heading 2. So I'm going to modify heading 2. So heading 2 style should be Times New Roman 20, bold and italic. So I'm changing my font to Times New Roman, font size to 20, and the bold and italic are already on, so there's no need for me to do anything else. And then again, my options are set, so it's in the Styles Gallery. That's good. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to modify heading 3. So on your assignment sheet, I've asked you to make this Arial size 16 and bold. Usually headings are bolded. So I'm changing the font and the font size. Bolding is already on, and just OK. And now I'm going to change heading 4, so I'm modifying heading 4. I've asked that to be Arial 14, bold and italic, so it is already a size 14. So I've changed the font. It's a size 14, it's bold, I need to turn my italic on. Click OK. Now sometimes you'll be changing the alignment so things are center, left, right, whatever the case may be. And then the last one I've asked you to change is body text. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to change body text and modify. So with body text, I want it to be Arial, 12 point, and justified. So I'm going to change this to Arial, make this 12 point, and justified is an alignment. And when you're looking at your alignment buttons here, it is the 4th button. You can also get it from format and paragraph. And what justified does is it gives you so that your right edge of your paper is not ragged. So if you're actually looking at the text, sometimes it looks like you've put extra spacing in between words, but it makes your text begin and end at the margins. So you do not have a ragged right edge. Again, I'm going to add that to the Styles Gallery and then click OK. So right now my document doesn't look like I've done anything great with it. In your assignment sheet, it will tell you, make sure you've saved your styles. At this point, you really won't see a change. So now you're going to apply the styles. So I've asked you to click on the first heading that says Corporate Publishing and then apply heading 1 style. So I'm going to just make sure I'm anywhere on that line. Click heading 1. The next heading is Taking Effective Steps. That's heading 2. And it so happens to be that it is heading 2. Just because it's the second heading doesn't mean it would be heading style 2. So that could have still been heading 1, it could have been heading 9. So it would just depend on the style that you've set up within your heading styles. Corporate Publishing is heading 3. So my second occurrence of Corporate Publishing is heading 3. And then a basic DTP system is also heading 3. And all my other headings underneath this, so hardware, are heading 4. Software, heading 4. I believe there's one called training, and it's heading 4. So what I've done is I've just quickly formatted the headings in my document. And I want to do this so that I can use these later on. So I would save this document. And now I can actually go in and add a table of contents and an index to it. Okay, on the assignment sheet, I've asked you to replace normal style with body text. So you will see anywhere where it's saying normal, we want this now to be this body text style instead. And then I'm going to modify body text so you can see how fast it updates your document. Click Replace. And in Find What, we want to be looking for a style rather than text. So we're going to click More, and then we're going to go down to make sure your cursor is blinking in Find What. You're going to go to Format, and from there, Style, and you're looking for Normal. If you click a style in this listing and then hit the letter N, it will quickly take you to the N area of your listing. And then you can find normal. Make sure it is just normal, not normal web or normal indent. Normal, just normal. So it's finding the style normal. You're going to click in the Replace With text box. Go down to your Format tab, choose Style, and from there choose Body Text. Make sure you're getting body text, not block text, or a different version of body text. So you're getting body text, click OK, and then you're going to hit Replace All. You're going to see all these paragraphs back here quickly change. So I'm going to hit Replace All. It tells me the 8 replacements were made. I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to close this dialog box. Now, just so that you can see how powerful a style is, we're going to modify this style. So you'll notice right now body text is using Arial for the font. We're actually going to change that font to Times New Roman, and we're going to put a first line indent on the paragraphs. So you'll see each paragraph will be indented a ½ inch, and the font will have changed. So we're going to go Modify Body Text, change the font to Times New Roman, go to Format, Paragraph, and put on a first line indent of a ½ inch. So your first line is found under Special. Click OK, click OK again, and you'll see the body text has actually updated so that it's now Times New Roman with a first line indent for every paragraph.